traders and investors alike were green yesterday. Oh, so we had a event happen last night with Walmart. As you know, Walmart actually pulled the market down a little bit more. We were already, coming down, but we pushed up at the end of the day, pulled back a little in after hours with that Walmart report. We were up first thing this morning. Now we're actually down a little bit. Crude's up this morning, but the S&P, the Dow, and the NASDAQ are down right now. So we have on the scanner, we have XELA, they split, SNDL split. Still playing the monkeypox names. Was able to get a trade on GOVX this morning. Those, we posted the article in the Facebook group over the weekend. So that's why they are on the radar. Looks like AEMD is starting to move. We posted a chart of that in the Facebook group last night. If you're not part of the Facebook group, please reach out and join. It's absolutely free. And it's not like a joke type group. It's a real group with investors, or traders giving real advice. All right, so we got crude. Crude's actually up this morning. Fears of Russia cutting off the pipelines coming into the winter. Let's see what else we have here. Bitcoin, we could not hold that 200 and that 9, so that's a big trouble spot. And on the daily chart, I don't think we still below the 50 as well. So we got this put ratio here. We're still in the bearish zone at 101, cooling off a little bit. Our oscillators, we are at 125. That's good. For the NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange, we're at 170. Still a little hot there. The dollar still pulling back as we expected, under the 20 now. The VIX did take this downtrend out. You can see it pushed up yesterday and end up pulling back. There is still a divergence between the VIX and this market. The VIX is not telling the story of this market, and when this happens, we could get a move either way. We could get a big move down. We could get a big move up. There is still a divergence. We have another chart. I should have put it in this list this morning to show that. Apple, we're pulling back. We need a pullback to the 9. Here's what I would like to see. I would love to have another day off, come back, put us right on the 9s, and we could try a buy the 9 strategy. So you got Apple coming in earnings, I believe, tomorrow. AMD has pulled back to the 9. This is a place to watch AMD. I wish the 50 was right there, being right under the 50, and then we have this gap. But I do like the position of AMD. You can see where we pulled back yesterday and it recovered. So you have a hammer candle on top of, not quite. You really want to see your hammer candles. You really like to see like 3 times the size of the body of your wick. Don't really have that. Hammer candles is only a hammer if it's found on support. And since we are on the 9, we are at a support level. Firm. Down to the 9. One to watch to see if it'll push off that 9. You can also see we are back to a support level, and this support level still holding a volume profile bar. So there is a volume shelf here. So we're holding support on a volume shelf right now on the 15. Amazon, we had a big pullback yesterday with Walmart on Amazon. Some of the other names pulled back as well. AMC has had 3 down days in a row. We have broken below the support level down here. AMD 15-minute chart, you can see where you can actually draw a line on that. The 50 is kind of doing it for you. You got above the 50, then back down. You're able to get back above the 50. Not seeing a whole lot of action in it this morning. They're talking about the chip bill again, so let's keep an eye on semis. So we got Amazon, got the 9 coming up right here. See if we can hold, another day or two, maybe we can get a connection with this 9 here. Actually, the big pullback that we've got, we've a good chance we're below the 9. Let's go. Yeah, we're at 117 now. So Amazon's got a pretty big area there that, you know, it's going to take a little bit. Yeah, we're actually below the 9, 117.50 right now. So this is going to be a huge area to take out. This is the same place where we talked about this candle on the day of the split. We had that nice run, but we said this carrot candle was awful bearish. And look at that pullback we got on it. And you can see this level right here acted as a resistance level right here as well. Resistance. So we're very close to it. So that's going to be a struggle to get through that. When we do, we still have a gap to worry about. Apple 15-minute chart, not really doing anything this morning. Boeing, we touched that gap. You can see we barely got into the gap. You can see the wick, and we pulled back yesterday, back under this resistance level. It was nice holding that for support. Now we're back under its resistance. You can see the little dragonfly candle there yesterday. That is a bullish candle, not as bullish as a hammer would be. Bitcoin back under the 50, back under all the moving averages. Not good, not good. Boeing 15-minute chart, you can see the downtrend the last 2 days. BTU, you know, we've been talking about the coal mines, we've been talking about energy. And I still think the coal still have some more into it. We need to clear that 50 before we can get a decent move up. Putting in a nice little base there. Chewy broke below that support level. Let's watch this 20. If we can get below this 20 on a daily, we're going to go in short. I think there's a big move coming with that because of how tight them candles are. That's usually what happens when you get these candles that's that tight. You usually get a big move coming. It tried to go up, got rejected at 200. So it looks like we're probably going to take the big move down. You can also see your MACDs crossing to the downside. Chewy, 15-minute chart, you can see huge pullback Friday, still pulled back more yesterday. Clift, I put this one back on because they're coming after material stocks, and I had this chart. I didn't take time to put tags on it, but I had this chart stuck away where it was on the list. So let's keep an eye on that. Here's the daily. We had that big down candle Friday and recovered quite a bit of it yesterday. Just worth keeping an eye on. I don't like how the Bollinger Bands are not even trying to open up there. So materials on short-term watch, just like energy. Put the CVX chart back on. This chart looks really good here. Look at your moving averages, your 9 and 20 coming together, turning up, coming together. Nice candle yesterday, worth keeping an eye on. Nice MACD on that one. CVX 15-minute chart. I just put them on this morning. I didn't take time to put the price tags on, but we got a nice move up here in pre-market. So right now, energy is looking really good. ExxonMobil, nice move up in pre-market. GME down on the 20. Maybe we can try to get a push here. I don't really know what to say about GME. It's kind of in a no trade area for me, stuck on between that 20 and the 200, or the 20 and the 200. I'm just not interested into it. Qs, we didn't even quite make this previous level. This is where I thought we would push before we pull back, and so far we did not make that. See if we can get this 9. Maybe we can get a buy the 9 type strategy on it. This market is getting ready to. A lot's happening this week with earnings. We're just seeing, we've seen the response from Walmart when they guided down last night. How many more companies are we going to have coming into earnings? We could have a lot of bad news come out. The FOMC numbers, just a wild week here, and really can't call it. So ready to get back into putting out watch list again, and that where patterns and stuff actually work. So this is the Qs, the monthly chart. You can see we're in between the 9 and 20 there. So we have room to move. we were able, last week we were able to take that 9 out. There's room to move there. Bonds, we did gap up outside of the Bollinger Bands, pull back to the 9. Seen some decent volume come in yesterday. The market had low volume, so to see bonds having decent volumes actually really good. The Iwm Weekly Chart, we still have this downtrend we're dealing with. Look how tight yesterday's candle was. That's a weekly candle, but that was the first day trading on that weekly candle, and very, very tight there. This is the Iwm Daily Chart. You can see we pushed up, seen some resistance pull back Friday. Tried to push, nothing, yesterday we ended up pulling back and then trying to recover it. Nothing fantastic, just a low volume flat day yesterday. And you can see right here, pretty flat. So we opened up, we pushed up, we pulled back, recovered most of it, and traded. Iwm's actually up a little, come up and tested at 200 this morning in pre-market. So that's a good sign if we can hopefully take it out. MRO, another energy name we watch, pushing up. Meta's just getting destroyed. I mean, Meta just doesn't look that good with these reports and stuff coming out, like with Snap earnings. Hopefully, Meta has a decent earnings report and it'll change everything for it. But they're just taking a beating on the where Snap guided down. You can see right there, and it's been into a downtrend ever since. So just not good, not good. Hopefully they can give us a decent report and it'll kind of change the character. I do believe if they guide down, they're probably going to get destroyed. But if they have a better than expected earnings, even if it's just a slightly better, then they're probably going to have a massive pop. So that's definitely one to watch. Microsoft still chopping around here. Microsoft 15-minute chart, you can see we pulled back at open, just serious chop yesterday. Microsoft seems like it's been trading weaker. Moderna, I'm still bearish on this. You can see we're still below this downtrend. We're still below this resistance level, and we're putting in a rounded top here. We did try to push up yesterday. I would like to see it get below that 20. If it gets below that 20, open puts on it. MRO, nice candle yesterday. Oil name, Netflix. This got turned bullish quickly after a better than expected report. The report was not great, but the market liked it. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter what I think of that report. It matters what the market thinks of that report, and that's all that matters. So you can see we were outside of the Bollinger Bands the last 2 days. We have pulled back a little bit to get inside of the Bollinger Bands. Some tight price action there. Oxy, nice move up this morning. Oil name, Oxy was one of the big movers yesterday. You got Oxy here. You're above your 50. This is not a bad looking chart. Oxy's still trying to put in a nice base. Has pretty much held this support level here. Getting back above this 50 is huge. So now the 50 can help act as support. The moving averages are right there. Palantir's pullback. We are testing the 20, and the 20 is telling you we have a support level here. The 20 is basically pointing that out for you, letting you know that there's a support level there. We have it drawn below that 20 puts. Watch for a push off the 20, but if we did get a push off the 20, you do have to watch that 1046 area for resistance. Palantir 15-minute chart pulled back yesterday, then traded flat. Yesterday was a tough day. Qualcomm, so we're holding the 200 here. Would like another inside day or two, let this 9 catch up. I would prefer it hold that 200 than dip back to the 9, because then it has to retake the 200. We'll see. It's been a nice run since we put that chart on. Roblox, you can see this pattern here. We're still inside the pattern. This could be readjusted in this, if we redraw the pattern. We're still in the pattern. Price action's tight. Still expecting a move there. We never know which way. CRM, big down candle yesterday. It's coming back. This had a big move in the little rally that we had. It had a big move, and now it's pulling back. So it seems like at the top of that rally, I had people from the Facebook group asking me, should we start buying now? We just made the move. Wait for pullbacks. Soon we're going to be getting into some tradable dips, I do imagine. I'm not sure if we're there yet. Tradable dips, not buy the dip, but tradable dips. SoFi, we pull back, trying to hold this support level, end up breaking below it and after hours, and we are back above it. SoFi daily chart, so you can see we're right down on the 9 and 50 right there. So we do have a decent support. Hopefully we can hold that and move up. So this is the weekly chart for the S&P 500. Look how flat the new candle is, this week's candle. We're just one day into it, but let's see where we can go today. We got room to move either way there. I just added this chart. It'll come back off. We'll talk more about it at the end of the month. I just wanted to point out how nice of a move that we have made. So this candle closed in June. This candle opened in July, and we have been able to recover a decent part of that candle. It's not a true candle till it closes, and we'll talk more about that candle when it closes and what we have then. So you got the SPY here, down day yesterday, Friday, then yesterday, really flat trading there. You can see that candle. You can see we pushed in after hours, give it back in pre-market, at market open. We well, actually, in pre-market we pushed and then give it back. At market open, we just chopped around, pulled back, then it ended up taking quite a bit of it back. XLK, this is pulling back. See if we can hold this 9 on this pullback. MACD looks like it wants to run out of steam here. Tesla, this is the monthly chart. We're right into that 20, so that's that resistance that we're seeing right now. We have to take that 20 out on the daily. It's a big level. So we're getting higher highs here. We pushed up, put in a higher high. So now we're pulling back. See if we can hold this 9. We had a big move up off earnings. So see if we can hold this while this 9 catches up. That 20 is a big area. You can see yesterday it was pretty flat as well. Twitter, got this little tabletop here while your moving averages are catching up. Twitter's 15. UNG, natural gas has just been on a tear with Russia fears. You can see right there. I took the natural gas chart off, but left the UNG chart. They're pretty identical. A big push. I'd like to see a pullback here. I would love to see a pullback. You got a cup coming into this cup here, coming up to the top of it. I would like to see a pullback and put in a handle that would reconnect us to the 9s. This is kind of a play, this is a play other people were FOMOing on. So let's keep that in mind. We use their FOMOing to our advantage. All right, so we got Upstart. We talked about Upstart putting in this rounded top, or rounded bottom here. Well, it's a rounded top on the bottom. You can see we did break below that 20 yesterday, or stay below the 9. The 9 and 20 were below both of them. We have the support level here. So I would watch the 24.18 level today if you're interested in trading that. As we pull back, if you get into it and we're still seeing more downside, watch 24.18 for support. Could get a bounce there. That could be a level you could wait for a pullback and see if we get a bounce there as well. So you can see Upstart 2 down days in a row, where a lot of stocks traded pretty flat. Upstart, give up quite a bit of it. So they were coming after them a lot of those names like Square and stuff. Wells Fargo, pretty flat the last 2 days. Banks seemed strong at market open yesterday. Didn't last long. And Goldman Sachs, I believe, was the leader out of that. So you can see the 15-minute chart here. Pretty rough, just a slight downtrend yesterday. Traded pretty flat. ExxonMobil's daily, nice up candle here. Back above this resistance level, which will be now as support. We know it's up in pre-market. We just seen that 15-minute chart. And AMC, we lost the 9. We come back to the 20. If we lose this 20 here, draw this line. Make sure you have this line drawn. If we lose this 20, there's a good chance that we'll come back and retest that. Let's redraw this out like this. So, and that 50 is right there. That's why I love the moving averages that I use, because every time I draw a line, I see my averages right there. So they're letting me know before I even draw the line, this is the area, that you're looking for. They constantly, I love them. They constantly let me know where these real support and resistance levels are. And like I say, when I draw lines, I can always see it. This MACD is a little slow on the daily. So it is trying to roll to the downside. So I would expect, if we lose this 20, I would expect a pullback to that 50. And that concludes our video for today. I hope this is helpful. Let's get in here and let's make some money. Remember, the stock market is our ATM. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the trading room.